Okay, I can't hold this off any longer. And I'm probably gonna get mentally emotional about this. But I've held off. Seven months now. Holy jeez. Okay, so I don't even know how to start. This was around the time where like a lot of people on my other social medias was asking if I needed help or something, if we needed to talk or whatever. This happened before I started a YouTube channel. And yeah, so why am I bringing this up now? Is because I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. I can't forget anything. Okay, we're going to take this off. One of my friends were texting me about it, and now I just can't forget it. Okay, so I can't. Why am I bringing this up now? It's because a while ago I told myself that I'm going to try to forget it and all of that. And then the quote that stuck to me was that you don't realize people are memories without, like, until you unfriend them or whatever, and then they become a memory. Okay. The reason why I'm bringing this up now is because I was talking with her about it, and she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I can't physically do anything. I can't think. I can't do anything physically without thinking of the situation that happened, and it traumatizes me. So I really don't like thinking about it. It makes me regret on what I do, what I say, what I eat, what I wear, just all of that. What I physically do to myself, what I do to other, like that. That's why I've been like insecure recently. And with the comments with Saga, most of my things was that there was other things that happened, and then people are like, don't share your life or whatever. I'm like, I'm not sharing the thing that actually traumatized me. And now, well, I'm going to try. Because no one on my social media knows except for my family. My mom was the last person to find out. Okay, so it happened in the months of September and October. My first video, I said that I lost a best friend. She is now my ex-best friend. We don't talk about her. I'm gonna at one point I'm gonna say her name, but I don't know what to do with it, because I'm not supposed to say her name on any social media, and even when we were friends, I wasn't allowed to do anything. Like, at the park, there's her initials, and she wasn't even allowed to put her full initials. She was only allowed to put her first letter, which is a C. So, the first situation, we're not going to talk about, because it goes back all the way to the first situation. It happened in September, and then the second situation happened the days of October 3rd to October 4th, 2020, in quarantine. So, yes, this is the story about my ex-best friend and how I lost her. The last time how I lost her was because her dad called my mom and then said something that wasn't true, and actually what started it was his daughter, which was my ex-best friend, and then her best friend. Okay, so if you're watching this video and you're still here, I want to, if you're watching this video, you can just leave right now if you're one of the people not talking to Ellie. I'm talking to that person that keeps calling me Rondon, the people that hate me, all of that. You can leave, because the situation physically has taught me to like stand up for myself, but then again, I'm still. So like, I suggest you leave, because forget it. Ellie, stay, because you turned. It's a long story. I'm just trying to say this. If you're a random person watching this video or whatever, and you're going through something, stick with your gut, because I've always knew something was off, but then she was once again my only friend, and she's the one that came up to me, asked me for my phone number and all of that, and asked if we can hang out. So that's why I kept her as a friend, and I cried about every single time that I was going to lose her. So if you feel like something's going on or whatever, stick to your gut. Like, my mom told me several times to like just defriend her, and I was like, no, I can't, because I'm not even the one that broke the friendship. My mom did. Okay, so when I started, 6 minutes into the video. Okay, so it got to a daily thing that the first thing that I felt insecure about was that her mom kept telling us to take showers every single night. The first rule with my family is that my mom made a decision when she was younger not to take showers at friends' houses. And we're just trying to remind you, I would take a shower every single day before I would go to their house. So like, I didn't, and the actual time that I got really uncomfortable there, because you could hear I was forced to, there was only one shower, and that was the upstairs bathroom. And it was a small, tiny little hallway. So here was the bathroom. Here was the bathroom door. Right here was her younger brother's room. This was the stairs. This was her room, her parents' room, and then her parents' bathroom, and then her younger sister's room. It was a tiny little space, and it was a little bathroom. And even when you went into the bathroom, you can hear everything. Everyone else can hear everything that you do. You can wash your hands, pump the soap out, use the restroom, flush the toilet, turn on the shower, use shampoo, whatever you did, turn on the light even. Whatever you did, you heard everything. Everything. Everyone else heard everything that you did in that room. So I felt uncomfortable because of my 6th grade life, and everyone ruined it for me. That when you turn on the shower head, that lets everyone know that you're getting in the shower. What does that lead to? I don't even like thinking about it, because why? 6th grade ruined my life for me. If you don't understand, then just forget about it, because I'm definitely not going to be the one explaining. So I felt uncomfortable with them thinking about me like that, especially they're my friend. Those people are my friends, not my family. Friends' parents, not my own parents. So I was like, I would be afraid to even go up to their dad. I'm okay with their mom, but like, sometimes I would be afraid of their mom. At this point, I was afraid of both of them after the situation. Because I wouldn't have anything on. Yeah. So I would wait. I would wait until they brushed their teeth and got to bed. I'm not going to call her Carol, even though that's not her name, but we're going to call her Carol. That sounds weird. Okay, so Carol said, Carol told me that everyone else was done brushing their teeth and getting ready for bed and already in bed. So I went to go take a shower, and here's what they did. They told me to take a shower first, and then Carol would take one after me. And then I felt very uncomfortable with that, is because I would prefer her to take a shower first, and then her leave me getting her younger sister and younger brother to bed. It'll usually be her younger sister, because I got together, I bonded with her more. because I would put her to bed. I loved her like my younger sister. She loved me. Her mom, what broke my heart was that when I came over for her birthday party a month later, her mom screamed at me and was like, we're going to call her Anne, the younger one. We're going to call her Anne. It's like, you need to be nice to Anne. Anne loves you like a sister. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I was never mean to her. Because this is the first time out of 2 years that she's ever talked to me like that. Quote unquote. So, I was very confused. I never got mad at her in any of that. Nothing. So, we're going to go back to the first incident. Carol told me that everyone was gone because what would leave me is that I would think everyone is in their room, and then Carol would go to take a shower, and I would be done, and I would be getting dressed and all of that. Yeah. Here's the thing what I was uncomfortable about. So, I walked in the bathroom. Carol told me to go take a shower at 12 o'clock p.m. No, it was 11:22 when she was cleaning the stove. So I walked in at 12:05. No, it was 12 p.m. exactly. 12 a.m. It was going on to the next morning. And it was sometime in September. The next incident was October 3rd, October 4th. So she told me to go in. I was like, is everyone done with like showers? And she's like, yeah, everyone's in their beds, like sleeping. And I'm like, okay, I'll go take a shower. So I got all my stuff. I walked in. I usually like clean my face and brush my hair before I get in the shower. So, but like at the very end, I'd still take off clothes, and then I would take off the necessary things to get in the shower. So I had everything because I was brushing my hair like normal people do. I have long hair, okay? So then everyone's out on the hallway screaming at me to get out. And I'm like, hold up, I haven't even taken a shower yet. I've been in here for 2 minutes. 12:02. How do I know that? Because I had my phone. I turned it on. 12:02 p.m. 12:02 a.m. It was at nighttime. The next day, whatever it's called. Okay, so I was no clothes. No. That makes me sound comfortable. Okay, so we're just going to say this. Their door, you have to fidget. I didn't find this out until the next morning. I locked it, okay? You have to fidget with it for the little nozzle to fit in the little thing. And then you're allowed to lock it, and then it stays. Because if you just lock it when it's out of the nozzle, it'll just brush right open. But if you, like, tap on it or knock, it won't come open. So what happened was that everyone was screaming at me to get out, saying they needed to brush their teeth. The thing is, they already brushed their teeth 2 hours before. We're going to get to it. And what made me feel uncomfortable about my own self, my own body, was that he said that I was in there for over 2 hours. He told my mom I was in there for over 4 hours. He told me physically I was in there for over 2 hours. It was 12:05. I was in there for 5 minutes. He slammed the door open. The door opened all the way. I'm pretty sure her younger brother got scarred for life. Oh my god. Okay, he opened the door. I was like this, on one leg, and he stood there for a minute, looking at me, and yeah, that's what made me sick. Hold up. I thought someone was over. Okay, so yeah, It makes me nauseous every single time I think about that. And he stood there for exactly over a minute. Which, that's messed up. That's sickening. He's my friend's dad. Who does that? And especially because I'm a 13-year-old girl. Hold up, no. I was 14. I'm 14 now. I was a 14-year-old girl when someone walked in on me. He didn't walk in. No, everyone took it as that he walked in on me. He completely slammed it. Like, meant to, like, push the door open, like, break it. So then I gave up. I didn't take a shower. I started crying. I had a mental breakdown. Now it's what made me another part of uncomfortable, which my mom mentioned, that they all standed there in the hallway, in the little area, watched me while their dad stood there. So everyone saw me and just stood there, didn't say nothing. While my best friend sat there, didn't say nothing, and when I walked out with all my clothes and stuff, because I didn't even take a shower, she said nothing to me. Nothing. And now I'm the type of person that can't say no to people, can't say, I want to go home. This is at the time where I wanted to go home. Okay. I have a headache. So the part where I completely died was that she acted like nothing happened. While I stood there like this with all my clothes in my arms. I was dressed, of course. I dressed up. Well, put my pajamas on, didn't even take a shower, held the towels like they were wet and put them under my stuff, put my hair up in a bun. I was just had it at that point. Then, we're just trying to also remind you, I'm the only friend of Carol's that took showers there when she claimed that she makes everyone take a shower there. Well, my manager, Aurora, said, and all of Carol's other friends, Carol's not her real name, we're just calling her Carol, said that Carol didn't make them take showers there. I was the only one. I would go out on a day with Carol with a photo shoot or whatever, and we would go home, and her mom was like, "Are you taking a shower?" I was like, sure. She's like, "Yeah, you need one. You're dirty." Even though I took a shower the day before. And I wasn't dirty. I was clean. Things like that would make me insecure. So I went back in her room, put the towels under my stuff, acted like I took a shower. And then I was like, she's like, "I'm gonna go take a shower." I was like, "Okay, bye." And I closed her door so I can not change. But I needed a break. I needed to take a break from my mental state. At that time, I was literally shaking. I was vibrating. I had it. I was speechless. Now, I also shut off the light because I just need to be with myself. She went to go take a shower, left me in her room. What did her dad do? I'm going to remind you, when he banged up the door, he was fully dressed. I don't even care if he had a towel on. His chest hair was still showing at the time he walked into the room. And he was like, "I'm sorry, but you never need to do that again." And I was like, Okay. That's what I do. And then he was doing a walk away. He wanted me to hug him. I said no. I said no thanks several times. Till the fact that he forced me to stand up and then hug him. We're not going to talk about that. And then he said, oh, by the way, just letting you know, you don't need to be afraid of me and her mom. Me and Sam, which was her mom's name. Kind of. Here's the fact. If I were to tell my friend that I'm afraid of your parents, you don't need to go tell your parents that your friend... What? When I walked into Carolee's room, before she said, I'm going to go take a shower, I was like, oh, just letting you know, I'm afraid of both your parents now, thank you. She told her parents that. And then he skedaddled. And then I had a mental breakdown and I bit my wrist crying. Biting my wrist is a sign of when I scream, and then I lost my voice the next morning. Then I went home. So then I still have scars. Here's the next incident. That's the one that traumatizes me. Here's the next incident, which I told my friend about. But then, yeah, because I got screamed at for nothing, like something Okay, this is the part where I regret, like, everything I do, what I eat, my options in eating, what I drink and all, what I wear, all of that. So, this is going to be very confusing. Aurora has already heard this. And she felt bad, I think. Well, that's what she said. They're acquaintances. Her and Carol are acquaintances. They're not friends. But it's like spend the night. But they've never made her take a shower. They've never asked her to take a shower. They've never done any of that. I'm the only one out of every single night they've told me to force me to take a shower. Okay, so everyone else, it was Aurora, Veronica. It was just Aurora, Veronica, and me that was going. There was supposed to be other people, but then they canceled for several reasons. So. Okay. It was just us. It used to be at the table. It used to be me, Carol, and then Aurora, Veronica, or it was me, Veronica, Carol, Aurora. In the morning, the next morning of October 5th, it switched to where it was me and Aurora and Veronica and Carol, and then that's because that's where it just cut it. So, Veronica is a 9-year-old. We're just going to let you know. But before the party, I'm just going to take it as in what they said. I agree with Aurora's side of the story, but I'm just going to say the story of what they said it because I was there. So October 3rd, Carol and her family wanted to pick me up so we can spend some time together before the party and everyone else comes. So they picked me up October 3rd, and so I can spend the night and all of that. I gave her the birthday present I personally got her, which was one of those friendship packs with the friends, the 3 of them, and then the tiny little colored hearts. I gave it to her, and then I told her that I was afraid that she was going to give it to her other friends, Coral and Coral's younger sister, which she calls her 2 best friends. And then she's like, oh, no. But then again, she was the one that took it and set it on the counter and didn't touch it. So then that was all fine. But then we stayed up and we were coloring. And this one was at 11:22 when she was cleaning the oven. And she went upstairs, she came back down and was like, oh, my parents said you need to take a shower. And I was like, I'm sorry, but what? my parents said you need to take a shower. I took one specifically. It was a Thursday morning, October 3rd. Oh, wait, no. I don't know. I took one Thursday. I took one that day. I took one October 2nd and October 3rd, both of the mornings, specifically so I didn't have to take one there. And she said, oh no, she didn't even go back upstairs to ask her parents. She's like, oh no, my parents said no matter what, you have to take a shower. That sounds odd. Nothing happened. But then when I went back,